And if you did everything right. Oh wait, you got the oil pan bolts.
Yeah, I gotta pop those real quick. And the oil filter. I probably should have drained the oil too.
Well, we'll do that after to change the oil anyway. Look how dirty it is under here. This just leaks everywhere. And we'll clean all this up. Alright, next thing to remove is going to be the oil filter. Gives you a little bit better access. Well, actually, the oil's nice and black. I don't see any more coolant in it, unlike before. We got a lot of cleanup to do, though. Spend half a day under here cleaning this up so you can eat off of it. It's a good sign, though. The oil's nice and black.
What are these? Those look like, what, 3/8?
Yeah, probably.
Hey, at least they used all one-size bolts. They switched that from Gen 1. Gen 1 had 4 big bolts going across the timing cover.
And they also had it beat down, too. And it still leaks. That one's never been off. At least we're the first people to touch it since it's been out of the factory.
Yeah, you can see it. There's our RTV on this.
Yeah, is this a mastic? Or you said this is a baffle with the...
It's supposed to be.
Well, we'll
But
see.
there's our TV right here.
Maybe it's both.
And it shouldn't be. At least not with the Felpro gasket. It's just like the intake gasket. You don't use RTV.
Nope.
You know, the one thing I wish that, like, when you bought a GM 350 oil pan, they give you all new bolts.
They lose profit if they have to give you bolts. Sorry folks, the best shot I can give you at the moment. It's really tight working on front wheel drive cars.
Let's do the oil pan. Well,
You gotta have the mount back on and do the oil pan. Unless you're gonna grab the engine hoist.
well, we could do that. Should have done that in the first place.
Yeah, we were trying to do this though the way that most people would have to do it. Most people don't have the luxury to do an engine hoist.
Well, then let's clean the surface as good as we can get it.
We're almost done. We're gonna stop after we get the cover off anyway.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to stop. I just wanted to get the cover off. I don't even have the cam button. I'm waiting on it.
Waiting on parts?
Well, yeah, I can't get the cam button anywhere in town. They don't even sell it, so...
You'd think for a very common application like the Buick 350, they would have it. Well, that's why we live in a small town. Everybody says, oh, you can just get those parts. No, not always. Even with all of our connections, we still can't get them.
I mean, even CarQuest was like,
What do you got again?
we should have that, but for some reason it shows it, but we can't distribute it. I was like, I mean, we don't have to replace the cam button. We should, but we don't have to.
We should, and we're going to, unfortunately. I'm not going to let that job go. We don't do that kind of work.
Well, obviously not. That's what I'm saying. We could.
Only in a, like, I mean, dire straight would I ever try that kind of circus show. Sometimes you have to, though. I mean, sometimes you can't get the hard part no more.
Luckily, this is the last bolt, hopefully.
Should be. You start hearing that magic sound of when it cracks apart. Thud, thud, whack. It's off.
This is like the worst one to get at.
Yeah. It's not easy to record either.
Okay, should be good to pop it now. Oh, it's where you gonna go?
I'm gonna stay down here.
Okay, you do so. Is in my way.
You can unplug the oil sending unit.
What?
The oil sending unit.
Why do you need to do that? Oh. Yeah, but that's not what's holding me up.
It will once you try to get farther. It's gone.
Okay.
Now she goes.
Okay, parts washer.
Just gotta look at that gasket. That's. Yep, look at that. Chunk's missing. Well, there's the leak. Alright, folks. Get a top view for you. Before you get all quick and in a hurry and take bolts out, you really need to time this engine up. We're actually going to see how loose this timing chain is. The question I get a lot is how loose is acceptable. Well, technically that's not acceptable. I have found with aftermarket chains there will be a little bit of slop, but really what you're looking for is how much time it takes for the cam and crank to sync up. So you move this, and if this takes about 8 degrees and then it catches, chain's tired. Now GM on 3800 put a dampener piece in here, and we're actually going to take that off. But that's how they keep these things tightened up when they start to get weak over time. Have heard of these 3/8 splitting their chains and leaving you dead on the road, so that's why we're going to replace it. Even though we're not in here for a timing chain job, we're in here for a gasket job. But we know with Chevys, if you don't do it while you're in there, you're going to do it again later. Alright, we're going to get this engine timed up. Basically, just put your bolt back in, and then we're going to line the engine up dot for dot. Should be 6 on the bottom and 12 on the top. Once we get this lined up, we'll show you what it looks like. Right now it's kind of hard to record because, well, it's a front-wheel drive car. Alright, bolt tightened up. Gotta get some slop in that chain.
Good news is this thing still has a lot of compression. It's gonna have a little bit more after we're done. And you can barely make out the dot, but it's there. We'll take a ruler, double check that when we got the chain off, but other than that, we're lined up. 12 on top. Oh, it's a 12 and 12. Sorry, whoops. 12 at the bottom, 12 at the top. Alright, let's get this thing apart, and then we got a lot of cleaning to do.